two, Madam Mayor.
You have two? Okay. Councilmember Hilton.
Thank you. After listening to our public health presentation and reading public comment, I'm requesting to place the Gilroy City Code Chapter 19B, Smoking Pollution Control, with a possible action to strengthen this code on a future agenda. For the past 10 years, Gilroy has been a part of the South County United for Health leadership team with a focus on addressing health challenges such as poor nutrition, smoking, diabetes, lack of exercise that are the highest in the county. We have made progress in correcting these through policy and programs, but we lack any policy that reduces secondhand smoke except for our recent smoke-free parks policy. We have the opportunity now to strengthen our Gilroy City Code Chapter 19B Smoking Pollution Control policy to help our residents. I am open to any friendly amendments from this council to my future agenda item, but I am compelled not to just sit back and do nothing. And with that, I'm happy to answer any clarifying questions. Thank you.
Are there any comments from the council? Or we'll just vote.
Mayor. I have one comment.
Okay.
I'm very much opposed to secondhand smoke, and so I was very pleased to hear the presentation. But then I'm very concerned about, I think, one portion of what you're proposing, Councilmember Hilton, because in the letter you wrote to Supervisor Mike Wasserman, you mentioned about having homes. Do you mean individual houses ban smoking inside of them?
No, this would not be for single-family homes.
So you're just talking then about condos and apartment buildings?
Well,
I think whatever we would talk about would be what we discussed at the time.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just asking to have that discussion.
All right.
Yeah, so to clarify that, there's basically 6 policies, and none of them include single-family homes.
Okay. Right. Well, again,
6 policies we can discuss?
6 policies that I'm proposing that we bring forward, and none of those include single-family homes.
Okay, well, putting it on the agenda doesn't necessarily define the policies that we're going to discuss. It just
She was asking if I was supporting anything with single-family homes.
Right, and the answer is no.
Okay.
Correct.
Because that would make a difference whether I voted yes or no on having this on the agenda.
But if that's something that you want, like
no,
I said,
it isn't.
Okay.
No.
I want this to be a group thing here.
You know, we have no right to tell people in their individual houses what they're going to do.
Sounds good.
Councilmember Tovar, do you?
Sorry.
Yeah,
he was first.
Yeah, I didn't even know that you had a question. Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. So I just want to understand, so do we not have any smoking policies already in place?
Jimmy, we do. We already, Jimmy, correct me if I'm wrong, but it is already prohibited to smoke inside of any restaurants. It's prohibited to smoke inside of the library or city hall or any public facility. You can't smoke. You can't smoke in indoor public areas, outdoor, and you can't smoke in our parks, and now you can't smoke in our parking lots, okay? But you can smoke outside, and you can at restaurants, other than 50%. I mean, my personal opinion is the restaurant owner decides that, but our policy, the law is that 50% of the outdoor space they may not smoke in. They cannot smoke in the indoor space. And then hotels, as we all know, hotels have some smoking rooms and some non-smoking rooms. And probably everybody knows what it feels like to go into what you thought was a non-smoking room and realize somebody was smoking in there.
Right. No, and I asked that because, again, I've never smoked, obviously. So, I mean, I just have some concerns because one of the comments that was made earlier about smoking in the restrooms in high schools, I thought that was prohibited.
That is already prohibited.
Yeah,
you
so
can't smoke in restrooms or indoors on school campuses or probably anywhere on the school campus.
So maybe the school district needs to hear about that. In regards to this, I've talked to local business owners about this because I want to get a better sense. And most of them felt that it would hinder and hurt their businesses. And I think for me, I'm a little concerned about that. Obviously, I don't smoke. I'm against it. But I'm also looking out for the betterment of local businesses. And I think one of the things that was mentioned is also banning it from public events. I mean, so I mean, there's some concerns I have regarding that. And if things like that are going to be included, I would have to vote against it because I'm not for that. So that's where I stand.
And I think in reality, we have to realize that even though we have smoke-free I should say an ordinance for smoke-free parks, in reality, at the larger parks, there are a lot of people smoking in the parking lots and in the parks. So we have to also think about what happens when someone is smoking.
I know. That's why let me let Councilmember Armendariz speak, and then I'm going to try to rein this in.
Thank you. I was also compelled by the presentation from Department of Public Health, especially given the data that they showed us on people who live in multi-unit residences and how they're exposed to the secondhand smoke without any choice of their own. So I'll be supporting us having a discussion about it.
Okay, Councilmember Bracco?
I would like to see staff bring back what can be done, because I'm tired of addressing this once a year. And
We actually just did this in November.
Nibble a little bit at a time, just give it all to us and let us decide. Because I don't think anybody likes secondhand smoke.
Okay, so let me give this a try, because Councilmember Hilton is asking that we have this discussion. I'm going to ask that we vote to put it on the agenda as an open discussion item, not with specific things that he's suggesting, that those could be the things that you can bring up that night to discuss. Here, we're just deciding whether or not, so if anybody feels like there's any part of our smoking ordinance that you might like to look at, like the multi-housing one, then that would be a reason for the discussion. Okay, so with that, let's do a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And it looks like it's a unanimous up, so we can take it from there. And the timing will be as it fits into the work plan. Okay.